On start, you're going to be here. I will give you range commands, load, make ready, all that. Load, make ready means mag, round in the chamber, on safe. You will get down into prone with your rifle in this port. Safe off then, and lock into your gun, get on target, all that good stuff. Finger off the trigger. There are 13 ports here. On the beep, you will engage one target, one black target to the right of the burned down house. You will engage that one target from all of them. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I missed one. 13 somewhere.
There's only one that is underneath the chain.
Yes, there is only one. It is this one. Okay. 13, you will engage all of them. One shot from each. It does not matter if you miss or you hit it. Move on. One shot. Once you get all the way through, repeat. You have 60 seconds to do all of this, and in those 60 seconds, you hit the target as many times as you can. Reload, whatever you need to do, but hit it as many times as you can. Are there any questions about that?
Must we shoot from the middle of the chain?
No. You do not have to shoot from there. You can prop up against here. Your barrel just has to be through the port.
Extend it out all the way.
One.
So I figure 2 marks lower has an
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Go.
There was all the way in or all the way out.
Right, no.
Yeah.
Go left.
Yeah.
Left. Low.
I mean, the thing is, it doesn't really matter if you have a red dot side or black dot.
2.
For iron sides, rather than have to instead of they went like
Left. 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 Hit.
How many?
1. Shooter, are you ready? Stand by. Left. Go. Left. Left.
Great.
Right. Right. 1. Go. Go. 2. 3.
Where was that?
Left. Go right. One.
Where? One, you hit it. Oh.
yeah.
Hit.
5 hits. And make ready for string 2.
It's 4 on Fit magazine technology like scope. Yeah.
Shooter, are you ready? Stand by. 12. 1. All right. Right.
All right, guys, so Karl has completely run out of motivation. He just doesn't care anymore. So I think I can fill this in pretty well. This was, to me, this was a kind of interesting stage. That chain thing was different than I've run into.
Yeah, it was.
The idea of one shot only and then you're forced to move is, I kind of like that.
It's a good idea.
It adds some stress in some places, but it also relieves it in others. It can be really frustrating. There are times when you'll get like one shot and you just can't make that shot. And you get stuck at this point in a match. This one stupid shot, and it's often a mental thing, and by being forced like this to move every time, it prevents you from falling into one of those really psychologically annoying drops.
That's a good perspective, actually.
So that was kind of interesting. Beyond that, for me, it was pretty normal. I didn't do as well as I was hoping, which was basically just a matter of not having a stable enough firing position. Weirdly for me, this target was far enough away that I could reliably hit it. So in previous stages here, for some reason, I don't know what it is, but my 0 at 100 meters is goofy, and I have to aim way low, and that was causing me major problems. This was a 225 yard or meter target, and that was far enough that I just put the chevron in the middle of the target, pulled the trigger, and unless I jerked the trigger off to one side, I got a hit. So I ended up with a total of 9, which is seems to be on the low end of average for most people. Karl only got 3 because he has completely run out of bleeps and just doesn't care anymore.
Yeah, that stage when that started, I was already burned out. I'm so, like, I got to the point where I'm overheated.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of done.
I'm assuming you used the ACOG on that.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I turned this thing up to 4 power for this. I had a little bit of issue finding the target. That I don't know if that comes through in the video, but for whatever reason, a bunch of times I realigned left, and then I'd have to pan right until I found the target. But I think that was better than trying to make the hits at 1 power at 225 yards.
Nothing happened there. That was the gun. That was all me. I just couldn't get stable.
Okay.
I'm tired, overheated. I fell asleep between stages.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jeez, I didn't even notice that.
I don't know why. I just kind of got tired, and as a result, on that stage, I just wasn't there.
You're an old man, and we may have to put you down.
That's probably true.
It's
just
sad,
that was strictly a mental issue. I couldn't get stable enough to get the hits, and then as I wasn't getting the hits, I just got frustrated and got worse. It happens to everybody.
That's the problem with you're only allowed 1 shot, is you can't make up for it in volume.
Well, that's a good marksmanship drill. There's nothing wrong with that. I just didn't do well on it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It happens. So, of all the 5 stages today, I did 4, I think, with this gun reasonably well. I did 1 really not well.
Well, that's perfect. I did 1 of them reasonably well. So between the 2 of us, we have 1 good complete match.
That's great. We did fantastic. Awesome. We'll see how that all pans out with the scores. We don't know yet.
Yeah. So I ended up, now technically this stage, everyone sort of timed out.
Yes.
Because it was a fixed time, shoot as many as you can. If you remember, back in the very first stage, I went, well, that was a disaster. My goal is now to not time out on at least 1 stage.
Yes.
I successfully did not time out on 1 stage.
This one?
No.
Oh.
No, I timed out on 3.
Oh, yeah.
This one is doesn't count. And then I had 1 where I actually finished under
The
par.
roof one?
The roof one.
Yeah.
All of the other stages I timed out.
So I didn't time out on anything except I bombed this one.
No, you timed out on the first stage.
Oh well, yeah, almost everybody. You're right, I did. The kayak, I timed out on the kayak. Yeah.
Yeah, the
So
fail boat.
the rest of it though, I did okay. This one I did not. But overall, I'd say the match was pretty creative considering they were trying to constrict it to very small areas and keep it not too hot.
Yeah, with basically no movement. I think some of the marksmanship challenges were too severe. This last stage was good. This was perfect, fine.
Oh yeah,
Great stage, well balanced.
I agree.
2 of the stages were just too hard. Sadistically hard. Which gets to a point when it's just not fun and where you don't learn all that
The
much.
fun can
So,
expire at that point.
Yeah. So,
I don't know. After I bombed 5, we'll see how I land up in the scores. I thought up until 5, I was actually doing pretty well.
I think you were.
Yeah, I think up until this probably put me down a lot.
Yeah, I suspect it did.
Especially imagining the amount of impact it is, because when people are getting negative scores here and I'm getting a positive score, that's going to flip the scores significantly.
Well, I picked up 60 seconds on you on this last stage.
Yep, you sure did.
Which is going to not make any difference whatsoever.
Not between us, but it'll make a difference on the overall, in the aggregate. Yeah.
So,
Oh well.
if you come to this match, I would say first off, always bring an optic. We had talked about bringing a Portuguese AR-10 to this match, and I am so glad we didn't. We actually didn't because I only have 1 working magazine for that gun right now.
Yeah.
And so that just wasn't an option.
Sure.
But, oh man, if we'd had an iron-sighted, that would have been really...
And I had talked about bringing a G41, which would have been even more exciting. Oh my gosh.
Man.
What a nightmare.
Maybe I
that
could have beaten you if you'd had a G41.
Probably even with your 1 mag. You could have taken the mag out, reloaded, put it back in, and kept going, and you would have been faster. So anyways, overall, again, like you said, you were kindly saying that this gun was probably, I was doing well with it because of my marksmanship, not necessarily the gun. I think the config is actually not bad.
I would recommend that configuration to nobody.
Fair enough.
Except maybe someone who, for whatever reason, is restricted to only that configuration.
Right. But I think the idea of modernizing the VZ is not bad.
I agree.
Yeah.
You know what you could do? You could take the ACOG and go boop,
Yep.
and put this on that and solve like 3 problems at once. Lighten the gun by, what, 1.5 pounds?
Probably.
I think that would maybe be a more compelling setup than what you have right now.
I don't disagree. Actually, that's something, maybe we'll play with that. Maybe we'll do that.
And I think I am going to, this was interesting.
Yes.
It's heavy.
It is.
And I don't know about that 1.4 thing. I'm thinking a red dot and a magnifier might be a better solution. Less weight, better 1X.
Well, 0x. I mean, no eye relief whatsoever. We keep coming back to this. This is the conclusion we came to with the Mobile Stoner Dude project, was that the 1 to 4 Trigicon was a really good middle ground, but ultimately the red dot with the magnifier is kind of reigns supreme. Because you can get that distance with the magnifier and you have the no eye relief. There's 0 eye relief issues. When you get behind weird positions or whatever, it's just quick to acquire.
I don't know how much of this is biased by the fact that we're doing a lot of shooting at close range. Not
true.
at this match, but in general.
It's true.
And we're also doing a lot of shooting with weird positions and weak shoulder.
Yep.
And I think we're doing a lot more of that than any normal practical environment would ever require.
I don't disagree with that. However, the red dot, even without those weird things imposed upon us, still does really well.
It does really well, but its benefit, I think, is exaggerated by weird positions and awkwardness.
I would agree with that.
So,
with the difference of the quick acquisition through CQB, which is always there.
So why do we not see military forces doing that? Well, I think because for them, just a red dot or a low-power variable optic is more suitable to their actual practical needs. Because, let's be fair, they're not running around doing weak side VTAC drills.